You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
As you wake up today with us, we have election results. We'll talk live to two of the candidates who won nominations in their respective congressional races.
Plus, the governor of Puerto Rico has released new numbers on the death toll from Hurricane Maria, 46 times higher than the original. We'll explain. And
new this morning, the Pennsylvania Attorney General is saying the Vatican knew about the sexual abuse scandal taking place in the Keystone State and covered it up. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, folks. Wednesday, August 29th. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for waking up on this day after election morning. Ray over here, he's got the after-election hangover going on. Been looking at his paperwork all morning.
I broke curfew. I had my clipboard. I was like John Scalzi last night.
Right?
All the races are so interesting.
Doing the tallies with little hash marks over here. Speaking of a clipboard, what's going on today, John Scalzi?
Well, we're seeing a day much similar to yesterday. I think the most interesting thing in the weather department right now is the fact that some computer models are picking up on some tropical development down the road, which we'll be talking about coming up in about 10 minutes or so. Titan radar quiet right now. Morning commute, A-OK. No issues here. Everything is good on the roadways in terms of weather anyway. We'll be watching this afternoon, though, as that changes. 75 Wauchula, Arcadia, 76, 75 Mayaca City, Bradenton, 75, so Sarasota. Temperatures are a little bit warmer right along the immediate coast, coming in the upper 70s. And today the forecast calls for once again a 60% chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms with a high near 92. Complete forecast for you coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Our roving camera is out at the 301-41 split this morning. Pretty quiet out there so far. Busy spot there where some cars come and go from the Bayfront, and others come and go from downtown Sarasota at the US 301, US 41 split. Onto our maps right now. Here's what you've got in Manatee County. Well, some red there out on Manatee Avenue West as you head toward the beaches. Also State Road 70 and 301, some issues there, nothing too much. And then let's check the northern half of Sarasota County. US 301 northbound from Fruitville. And also, again, as you head through Newtown, some issues there. 41 southbound as you head towards Stickney Point Road. And then our final map to the south will show nothing right now in the red at 6:02 on your Wednesday morning. All right, time now for all your election results. Lots of close races and some upsets. We begin first off with the race for governor last night. First off, the Democratic nomination, Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum narrowly beat Gwen Graham by about 3,000 votes. Here's what he had to say earlier about potentially serving as your next governor.
Watching my mother and father at different times have to struggle between paying the bills, to now be in this race, and to have my family, right alongside me, it's an overwhelming feeling.
And Andrew Gillum will face Ron DeSantis in November. Now, DeSantis beat a slew of opponents for the Republican nomination, including Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam.
In the U.S. Senate GOP race, Governor Rick Scott beat Rocky De La Fuente. He'll now face incumbent Democratic Senator Bill Nelson in the November election.
Now, April Freeman of Lee County beat Bill Pollard for the Democratic nomination for the District 17 congressional seat being vacated by U.S. Representative Tom Rooney.
So she will now face Greg Stubbe of Sarasota County. He won the GOP nomination last night, beating State Representative Julio Gonzalez and businessman Bill Akins. Stubbe will join us next half hour live in the studio to talk about his plans to beat the Democratic challenger from Cape Coral. New this morning, now other news, the governor of Puerto Rico has revised the death toll from Hurricane Maria up to nearly 3,000 victims now. That's 46 times higher than the government's previous count. His decision was based on an independent study from George Washington University. The official death count released by the Puerto Rican government months after last fall's storm was just 46 people.
So did the Vatican know about the sexual abuse at churches in Pennsylvania? And did they cover it up? Well, the Pennsylvania Attorney General says yes. AG Josh Shapiro made that accusation, but says he doesn't know if the Pope himself was aware. His comment comes after a grand jury report discovered more than 300 predator priests within 6 dioceses of 54 Pennsylvania counties.
Not a claim from me, but as the grand jury report shows, that cover-up went all the way to the Vatican. The church's own documents that were in the secret archives, presented in the grand jury report, show the connection between the abuse and cover-up in Pennsylvania and the fact that the Vatican was informed of it.
Now, since the release of that report, Shapiro said they've received over 700 calls to their special clergy abuse hotline.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
We'll have David Shapiro, the Democratic nominee for Congressional District 16, live with us in studio. We're going to chat about his win last night when we come back. But
Here's
first,
a peek outside our studios as you awaken on this Wednesday morning. Let's check the school bus stop forecast from John Scalzi.
Looks pretty good for us again today, Ray. We have not much in the way of any kind of problems with the kids heading out to school this morning. As they get to the bus stop, they expect a temperature of about 76 degrees with mostly sunny conditions as dawn breaks. Then on the trip home, though, there'll be a few inland showers starting. 90, the temperature and skies will be darkening as showers and thunderstorms move through here during drive time. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 chance of outside recess today under mostly sunny to partly sunny skies and a few inland storms around. Let's check out a few more election results.
Forty Carrots Family Center and the Community Foundation of Sarasota County present a free speaker event, Unselfie, Why Empathetic Kids Succeed in Our All About Me World, featuring parenting educator and author Michelle Borba at Riverview High School on Tuesday, September 25th at 7 p.m. Help children become successful, moral, courageous, and resilient. RSVP required at 40carrots.org. That's FORTY carrots.org.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY. If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
How do you open tough jar lids? Do you try this one? Or this one? Or how about this one?
honey.
This is the future. Shouldn't there be a robot for this by now? There is. Introducing RoboTwist, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids. Just set it down, press the button, and watch it work. First, the RoboStrong vise locks down tight. Then the powerful twisting action unscrews the lid. RoboTwist is yours for the special introductory price of just $19.99. That's right, the robotic jar opener that easily twists off even the toughest lids, all for just $19.99. Whether the jar is big or small, RoboTwist can open them all. Supplies are limited, so don't delay. Here's how to get yours today.
Call 1-800-347-1073. That's 1-800-347-1073. Or order online at buyrobotwist.com.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5. Now, your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
75-degree air temperature. We have a dew point value coming in at the same, exactly, 75. So that gives us 100% relative humidity, and it feels a little humid outside right now. East wind continues even this morning, coming in at about 7. That east wind critical to the forecast today in terms of timing of the storms and the intensity of the storms, too, at least the location of the intense storms. They'll be close to the coastline. We'll get through the morning without too much of a problem. Not rain chance until we get to probably around lunchtime. Even then, most of us are not going to see any rainfall. But inland, Hardee, DeSoto counties, you'll probably start to see a few of those storms starting to work their way in. They'll be the weaker of the storms. As we get into the afternoon, though, with daytime heating, with the sea breeze beginning to build, with the storms colliding with the sea breeze, we'll bump that rain chance up to 50 to 60% and keep it there right through 7 o'clock or so in the evening. And then those showers and thunderstorms will kind of move out into Gulf waters and dissipate out there. For us, currently, quiet conditions. We'll see that occur throughout the morning hours for the next several mornings. We won't see the showers and thunderstorms build until later in the day when some of these storms that we now see in the Atlantic cross the peninsula and then encounter our sea breeze. Once they hit that sea breeze, boy, you get that explosion of showers and thunderstorms. As the storms reach a height that taps into some of the cooler air aloft, you have the potential of seeing some gusty winds associated with some of the downdrafts as well. Plenty of moisture in the atmosphere right now to support these gully washers of shower and thunderstorms. The east wind around an area of high pressure is probably going to be a fixture for the next 5 to 10 days. That high not going anywhere. It's kind of anchored in place. And so it's very unlikely that we'll see much of a difference in the timing of these storms through the weekend, through our holiday weekend. We'll watch, though, because each and every afternoon we'll have a chance at seeing lightning and thunderstorms. And, of course, we know on holiday weekends when you have this lightning and thunder issue, that's when things can get a little bit dicey, especially as there's going to be a lot of folks out at the beaches this weekend, I think, despite the fact that we have some red tide around, that easterly wind helping to reduce the amount of toxins that are in the air right now. And a lot of red tide, a lot of folks who have been to the beaches say that it hasn't been an issue at beaches, especially Siesta, which is coming in with a green flag right now, indicating not much in the way of irritant in the air. Showers and thunderstorms explode as they meet the sea breeze close to the coastline. Again today, this east wind pattern carries on right into the weekend. West moving storms, some of them strong. And I think the big thing is over the course of the weekend to keep tuned to the news and update yourself on the location of showers and thunderstorms and the potential for some developing tropical weather as we head into the beginning of next week. Don't lose track of that as we head into the weekend. East wind comes in at about 10. Light chop, 2-foot seas. Forecast for the 7 days ahead for the next couple of days looks pretty similar to the last couple of days. 92 is the daytime high, 60% chance of showers. Little drier air sneaks in on Friday, decreasing rain chances just a little bit, but it's back up there for Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be watching those tropics and see if anything might be developing down in the southern part of the Atlantic near the Caribbean that could bring us enhanced rainfall chances for Tuesday. Perhaps even some tropical development. It's too early to tell. Only one computer model on board with that kind of development. But we'll keep an eye on it for you. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, John. Let's take another look and check out your first alert traffic out there this morning. So far in Manatee County, those roads are looking pretty decent for the most part. A couple delays right there on 301, but pretty typical for around this time in the morning. Then in Sarasota County, those roads are not looking too bad just yet either. Those delays continue on 41 north and southbound in a couple spots, but not too bad just yet. Now, if your commute is going to take you farther south, 75, 41, both are looking pretty decent at this hour. 6:13, that is your first alert traffic. Well, another primary election in the books. Joining us this morning is David Shapiro.
A Democratic nominee for Congress. Congratulations. You beat Jan Schneider last night. How do you feel this morning?
Great. Ready to go for the final stretch, about 68 days or so, and then we'll have the general election.
So how are you feeling this morning as all of this, at least the first leg of this is done? What do you wake up and feel this morning like, all right, we got this. We got this part done.
Right, and let's get to work. I mean, we got to get back to it now. It's the first day of the sprint to the finish line. So we feel pretty good. We had great energy last night. I believe the Democrats are going to come together. We're going to get our message out. This is good. This is what we've been waiting for.
Now you're facing a more moderate Republican incumbent, Vern Buchanan. He was first elected back in 2006. He's on the House Ways and Means Committee. It's hard to beat an incumbent in the first place. You've got your work cut out for you, David.
Well, I think we got this. There's a lot of information we're going to get out there. The most recent example, of course, is Vern's position on the Ways and Means Committee. He drafted a nice tax law, got a really good $2 million plus windfall. Then, of course, we just learned that he had a $5 million loan to help him purchase that yacht he got on the same day. I think the voters want to know a little bit about that. You know.
What are some other ways you think you differentiate yourself? Why would the voters want to put you in office and remove Vern Buchanan? What particular issues do you think are poignant here?
I think health care. Vern voted 16 times to repeal the health law that we had. There was 56,000 people in our district lose their health insurance, number one. Number two, of course, Medicare and Social Security. I have no interest whatsoever in privatizing Medicare or Social Security or voucherizing Medicare. Plus, I'm not going to be taking any money from any big sugar that's dumping some pollutants into the Lake Okeechobee and making the red tide that we're experiencing much worse. These are the things that I will not do that he has been doing for the last 12 years.
So you're a full-time attorney, successful practice. You're on the campaign trail, northern Sarasota, Manatee, southern Hillsborough County. A lot of driving around the next few months for you, right?
Absolutely. No, this is full-time for me.
Yeah?
And it has been. Since probably the beginning of the year, maybe even sooner. This is important. I really believe this is the most important election of our lifetime, or my lifetime. So
all right.
it's
Well, hey, congratulations from last night.
Yeah.
Now on to round two, another battle coming up in November. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning, getting up at this ungodly hour to join us here in studio.
Love it. Love
it's
it.
easy, right?
Oh yeah, I'm a morning guy.
Want to come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll trade you. I'll sleep in. You come back here, sit next to Ray.
Perfect.
Okay.
You might change your mind. Thank you, David. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
The quick thinking of a Texas police officer is the reason that a family of 7 are safe and alive this morning. We're going to have their story when we come back. But first,
it is 6:16 right now. Here's a shot outside our studios. Pretty shot there looking towards Sarasota Bay.
That's right. We've got more results right here for you to check out as we go to break. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
When ABC7 declares a first alert weather day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a first alert weather day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A first alert weather day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
Hunger is a growing problem in our area, and a huge number of Suncoast residents are suffering in silence.
It could be your coworker,
your child's classmate,
or your friend fighting to secure their next meal. But you can help.
ABC7 is partnering with local organizations to help feed the Suncoast.
Go to mysuncoast.com/hunger to join the fight. Help us,
help the hungry.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit helpsavethenextgirl.com and get involved.
Welcome back. It is 6:20 on this Wednesday morning, day after the primary election. That is a shot this morning outside our tower cam here. Looking like a pretty nice start to the morning, but some more rain on the way. John will have your full forecast here in just a few minutes. Let's switch gears right now. Parents, a big recall alert this morning that involves children's Advil. Pfizer is voluntarily recalling the liquid version in bubblegum flavor because of a labeling mistake. Now, right now, the dosage cup inside is marked in teaspoons, but the label on the bottle is actually marked in millimeters. Now, the recall only affects the 4-ounce bottles sold between May and June of this year. There's nothing wrong with the medicine itself. It's just the dosage that's on the bottles. Now, if you do find it in your medicine cabinet, you can return it for a full refund.
You will soon be able to fly direct between Sarasota and Philadelphia. Starting December 10th, Frontier Airlines will offer seasonal flights from the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport to the Philadelphia International Airport. They'll be offered twice a week on Mondays and Fridays. The new service is one of 6 new routes that the low-fare carrier is adding to its network.
Wait till you see this. Dramatic body camera video is showing the heroic actions of a police officer in Texas. His quick thinking, he jumped into action, saved a family of 7 from their burning home.
What a day. Yeah. ABC's Maggie Rulli has a story.
Fully and go. There's people inside. I need help.
In this morning's GMA First Look, watch the daring moment a Texas police officer quickly sprinted into the face of danger.
Is everybody out? Where are they at?
Officer Sam Click is behind the body camera. He says he was on patrol just before 2 a.m. Saturday when he could hear the screams and see the flames from a burning home.
Cody! Open the door! Break that glass.
There's kids in there.
Break this glass.
Cody! The house is on fire!
Click moves room to room before discovering a father and babies.
Boys, wake up!
In another room, boys sound asleep, unaware of the danger around them.
We got kids inside here. Come on, man.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear more about this incredible rescue. With your GMA First Look, I'm Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Cozy up to a new look during the Colors Sweet Color Sale. From August 30th to September 10th, ask Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off paints and stains. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store today.
How did we test our Dixie Ultra plates? With 2 pounds of steak in each hand. Dixie Ultra. Stress tested so you can stress less at dinner.
Add the Activia 2-week probiotic challenge to your healthy routine and see how Activia yogurt, with its billions of live and active probiotics, may help support your digestive health so you can take on your day. Start the Activia probiotic challenge today. It works or it's free.
VisionWorks can do more than just make you see great. The right pair of glasses can make you look amazing too.
And our buy one, get one free sale is a great time to get a backup pair for when you leave them on a plane, at the game, or at that restaurant. VisionWorks, we're here to help you.
Hi, I'm Alan. This is Tom. We're from Publix Aprons Cooking School. Tom, what are you whipping up today for us, buddy?
We have a marinated skirt steak here. We're going to put that on the pan. We're going to start that off first. And we're going to do that with nice salad, mescaline salad, with some different kinds of herbs and vegetables and some fruits on it, actually, Alan.
Sounds good to me.
Yes. So let's start out by doing our marinade. And this one was already marinated, so we got that on there. Okay. Got a little bit of brown sugar here, some shallots, a little bit of Kikkomans, soy sauce. Watch out with that. Lids off it.
Okay.
And a little bit of oil.
Boy, I can smell that
2
steak. That
tablespoons
smells
of oil.
great,
Isn't that
Tom.
delicious?
That just smells great.
We're going to mix that up a little bit. Place our steak right in there.
Now, how long will you marinate this
You
for?
want to marinate it this at least 2 hours, Alan.
Okay.
At least 2 hours, but you could do it overnight. This is a very dense piece of meat, so.
Looks beautiful.
Goes like that. And we'll put our salad on there. Our herbs, we'll put a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of basil, some jalapeno peppers, depending on how many you want, green scallions. We have some grapes, some carrots, and then we'll put our steak on the side
So you
of
just
it.
mix all that together and makes a beautiful little salad?
You just mix that all together, place it on the plate. You could actually cut the steak if you'd like, if you got a group of people, or you could serve it whole like that. If you got the grill marks that look like that, you might want to serve it whole.
Those grill marks are looking pretty good, I got to tell you. I watched them make that steak. They're perfect.
Great,
now,
thank
what
you,
kind of
Chef.
dressing do you put on the salad?
It's actually a rice vinegar.
Just a little
is what
rice wine
and
vinegar?
You just afterwards, you just dabble it over the top of the mesclun.
Fantastic. Just smells great, Tom. Well,
Great.
starting
Thanks,
tomorrow,
Chef.
be sure to stop by your Publix Apron Simple Meals kiosk to pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients after sampling this delicious dish. And I'm telling you, it smells great. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Chef Alan.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers. Or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-871-1644. 800-871-1644.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
As you're waking up this morning, we've got your election results right here. Plus, State Senator Greg Stubbe, he's going to be joining us live here in studio to recap his big win last night.
And we'll hear from the Manatee County Uber driver who was attacked by a passenger 2 nights ago. Find out what led to the assault.
And some strong storms swept through the area last night. We're going to have an update on some of the power outages and what to expect from today with John's first alert forecast. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. And good morning to you. It is 6:29. I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for joining us today.
I'm Ray Collins. Yeah, some strong storms Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday as well.
We did some big ones last night.
Stronger than usual, John Scalzi.
Yeah, gusty winds. Just an indication that during the summertime, any one of the thunderstorms that we have could reach some strong categories where you can get some gusty winds of 40, 50 miles per hour, and certainly that can blow objects around, no doubt about that. No severe weather anticipated for today, but of course that's always a possibility that one of these storms could reach severe limits. However, we continue to monitor the same kind of a pattern that brings the timing of the storms into the late afternoon and evening, just as we have seen, and so consequently the morning commute should be rain-free. We'll watch temperatures that are just about spot on to where they were yesterday. 75 Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, upper 70s along the coastline. That represents in most places a zero change since yesterday at this hour. So that's pretty significant. As we head into the afternoon, we'll watch once again for a chance of showers at about 60% in the afternoon. And again, gusty winds will accompany thunderstorms. Back to you.
All right, John, talk to you again soon. There's the maps right now in Manatee County. Some congestion on State Road 70, both heading eastbound toward 301 and westbound toward I-75. Now, you'll see in our next map, we do have an issued report to you at a busy spot. University Parkway and I-75. Well, luckily that's since cleared up, it seems. Let's talk about Bee Ridge Road, westbound as you head from the interstate toward Honore, also 41 southbound as you go from Proctor past the landings and head towards Stickney Point Road. And then our final map to the south will indicate some slowdowns on 41 southbound as you head through Venice Gardens.
Well, the Florida primaries are over. Whether it was issues or candidates, millions turned out all across the state to make their voices heard. Here on the Suncoast, a lot of eyes on those school board races.
Yeah, first off in Sarasota County, all three incumbents did win. Some big wins, some tiny wins, including District 5's Jane Goodwin, who had a big win last night. Marla Spence has details. She joins us live in the studio. Marla?
Well, guys, Jane Goodwin was one incumbent who swept her opponents away on election night. Though she was the only seat on the Sarasota County School Board with three other opponents, she won in a landslide with over 50% of the votes. Goodwin has been a school board member since 2010. After winning, she tells us she feels great that the public has given her the confidence to serve the county for another 4 years. She said she's worked very hard to get where she's at, and she plans to look at the board a little differently moving forward.
Let's get together, let's get in shape, let's work together with consensus and do things that are right for our students. We have a great school district. We're doing things very well. We're an A school district. We have a great superintendent, we have great teachers, we have great students. Let's all work together.
Goodwin says this win was confirmation that her philosophy of public education rings true for the members of Sarasota County. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Marla. For the School Board District 1 seat, incumbent Bridget Ziegler beat Nick Guy just barely. She is the current chair of the school board. She was initially appointed to the seat by Governor Scott. As you see there, she won by a very close vote, just about 1,000, they say.
In the Sarasota County School Board District 4 race, incumbent Shirley Brown beat out Karen Rose. Now, Rose was some pretty stiff competition for Brown this year. She had 28 years of experience working with the Sarasota County School District.
On to Manatee County now. Incumbent Charlie Kennedy beat Alice Kadatz for the Manatee County School Board District 2 seat. He was on the board since 2014, and he's served as the board chair as recently as last year. Also on the school board, big upset here perhaps, James Golden beat the incumbent John Colon. Golden is a longtime pastor in Bradenton, and Colon was appointed by Governor Scott.
And of the three school board races in Manatee County, one of those is going to a runoff. The District 4 school board race will be decided in the general election. Joe Stokes grabbed about 36% of the vote, while incumbent Scott Hopes came in second with 27%. Richard Murphy got 19%, and Jim Daniel received 17% of those votes. Now, the top two are going to be moving on, which means Stokes and Hopes will meet again in November.
I feel very, very, very positive about it. You know, coming at it with three individuals running against me. They weren't running against each other. You know, they put up three people to run against me, and I, you know, came out in the runoff.
Now, those two are going to be meeting again officially Tuesday, November 4th in the November election.
All right, taking a look now at the commission seats in Manatee County for the Democratic nominee in District 2, Reggie Bellamy, beat incumbent Charles Smith. Bellamy is the executive director of the Palmetto Youth Center.
Now in District 6 for the Manatee County Commission, incumbent Carol Whitmore beat out James Satcher for the Republican nominee, Whitmore being re-elected to a 4th term for the at-large commissioner seat.
For the District 4 commission seat to replace the outgoing Robin DiSabatino, the Republican nominee will be Misty Servia, who beat opponents Mark Black and Lori Gall. She'll now face Palmetto attorney Melton Little in the fall.
Taking a look now at the Sarasota County Commission District 4 seat, the Democratic nominee will be Wesley Beggs, who beat out Mike Cosentino. Now, Beggs is 25 years old and graduated from New College of Florida with a degree in political science.
And she will face Alan Mayo, the incumbent who won in the Republican primary there. He beat Lourdes Ramirez. Mayo is the former chairman of the Sarasota County Commission.
The Republican nominee for the District 2 Commission seat in Sarasota County will be Christian Ziegler, who beat out Alexandra Coe. Now, Ziegler worked in Congressman Vern Buchanan's office in Washington before actually seeking office himself.
All right, 6:35 right now. Other news in the Suncoast. Strong storms knocked out power to parts of Nokomis and Venice last night. This morning, those neighborhoods are cleaning up. Look at this mess last night. Strong winds ripped off some roofs and tore off panels. Many were without power for over 5 hours yesterday. Some say they saw what looked like a tornado touching down as the storm came rolling through South County.
I've lost everything. They said that my roof just spun right up in the air, just twisted it right up in the air. Part of it's on the street behind me. My shed is over on another house. Without my neighbors, I don't know what I would do. They've just pitched in and they've helped, and they're here working and getting everything done for me.
Her neighbors have now started a GoFundMe page to help Shirley get back on her feet. You can find that link on our website, mysuncoast.com.
New details this morning about that attack on a local Uber driver. Anderson Carter is being held at the Manatee County Jail without bond on multiple charges, including carjacking, robbery, and battery, after he attacked and threatened an Uber driver on Monday night. Now, that driver, Jose Aguirre, says he picked up Carter with a girl. Soon after, the girl demanded to get out of the car, so he let her out. Now, that's when Carter started threatening the driver.
I had to say, you know what, this is going to be the one. I jump off, or he's probably going to do something bad to me. So I slammed my brakes, got off right in front of the officer, and the car was still moving. And I told the officer, and I was like, hey, this guy's threatening to kill me.
Now, once the driver jumped out, Carter then stole the car and drove off, eventually crashing it into a pond. A sheriff's deputy who watched the whole thing happen chased after him and was the one that arrested him. Now, the driver says although he's only been driving for about a month, not surprisingly, he says this experience has made him no longer want to drive. And still ahead on Good Morning.
By 27 points, so it's a pretty heavily Republican district. But we certainly aren't going to take anything for granted. We're going to work hard in November. And I also want to help as many of my Republican colleagues as we can nationwide to make sure that Nancy Pelosi isn't the Speaker of the House.
State Senator Greg Steube will join us live in studio to talk about his big win last night in the Republican congressional primary here in District 17.
And here's a look at dawn breaking in the area right here on the Suncoast. More storms on the way today, John Scalzi.
Yeah, they are. Looking by that sky, you'd think they were right around the corner, but we won't see much during the morning hours. I have checked the rain box on the drive time futurecast because of the trip home this evening. Like the last couple of days, showers and thunderstorms will be around as you head into the evening. Air quality index is good across the area. It's at 25, which puts it in the good category. And red tide status as of yesterday afternoon shows Siesta Key with no irritant in the air, according to a spotter there. Other locations in the low category. We'll have an update on that red tide forecast coming up at noon. Your forecast in just a moment.
Get more for your money during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $182 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Clogged pores are disgusting. Introducing DermaSuction, the easy way to suck that yuck out of your pores. DermaSuction removes blackheads and dirt from your pores. Just look at everything it extracts. The secret's the gentle vacuum action. Watch as DermaSuction extracts so much yuck, leaving your skin feeling clean and youthful.
The gunk that had been pulled out, I was pretty horrified, but better in the DermaSuction than on my face.
It's almost addictive because you can see all this stuff coming out of your skin that you don't even really know is there.
Call now to order your DermaSuction for just $19.99. We'll also include our small and large body probes, the Sonic Microdermabrasion probe, and the handy travel case, all absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. You can get all this, but you have to order now.
Call 1-800-213-9301. That's 1-800-213-9301. Or visit dermasuction.com. So call 1-800-213-9301 now.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real. You can recover. It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help. The world is a beautiful place again. Join the Voices for Recovery. For confidential information for mental and substance use disorders, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
75-degree air temperature, 75 dew point, an absolute match, bringing us a relative humidity of 100%. Feels sticky out there. As we head through the morning hours, should not be much of a problem. As temperatures rise up near 80, we should be rain-free. Once we get to the lunchtime hour, though, we could probably see a shower or two building in inland areas of Hardee and DeSoto counties, but particularly as we head into the second half of the afternoon. That's when showers and thunderstorms are a really good bet. 60% chance by 3 p.m., 50% chance by 7 p.m. Those showers will come at us from the east, riding on an easterly wind flow, just like they have over the last several days. Though right now, everything is very quiet on radar. The green that you see here are just river warnings for rivers that have exceeded their bank full. By the way, the Myakka State Park is closed right now because of the flooding situation there. High pressure just to our north, anchored in that location, brings us that easterly wind over the course of the next several days, probably over the course of the next 5 to 10 days. With that easterly wind flow, we get the sea breeze building in the afternoon in response to daytime heating. And that triggers off the showers and thunderstorms that kind of explode as they get closer to our coast after having moved across the peninsula. We've seen it over the last several days. We'll see it again today. And some of those storms could contain some gusty winds, 40, 50-mile-an-hour winds, certainly not out of the question. Although severe storms not predicted today, any one of those storms could have the potential over the next several days of developing to severe limits. East wind pattern continues this week. West moving storms will be the name of the game. The skies will darken in the east. Those showers will get closer to you and move out into Gulf waters. Some of the storms will be strong. So, looking at the moisture available to produce these rain showers in the atmosphere from the surface all the way up to the top of the sky, the graphic that I'm showing you here has the moisture indicated by colors. Redder is wetter on this graphic. And the moisture over the state of Florida is very wet indeed. The humidity in the air, the moisture available to produce rain showers. But there is a slug of drier air, and that will be gradually drifting in this direction, perhaps reducing rain chances temporarily as we head into Friday. It will be a minor adjustment to the rainfall forecast, and then as we head into the weekend, it'll bump back up. We're watching the tropics. This area of disturbed weather the Hurricane Center gives about a 30% chance of developing over a 5-day period. We'll be watching that, but even if it did develop, it'll be recurving back out into the open waters of the Atlantic, and it won't be an issue. Should it become a named storm, it would be called Florence. That's the next one up. This little area right here is another one that we're watching. The Hurricane Center not issuing any probabilities on it yet, but one computer model suggests that it could develop into a storm, travel just to the north of Cuba Hispaniola, and eventually make its way toward East Florida, producing, at the very least, some enhanced rainfall chances. So we'll watch for that. It's only one computer model, the European model, but indeed it does show by next Tuesday a storm developing pretty rapidly off the east coast of Florida and then moving across the central part of the state. One computer model out of all the available computer models are showing that. Some of them are showing, however, enhanced rainfall chance as we head into next week. So we'll keep an eye on it for you, let you know how that develops. East wind coming in at about 10, 2-foot seas, light chop. Nice day to be out on the water, I would think, except in the afternoon. Watch out for those thunderstorms. 60% chance of showers for 2 days, then that slightly reduced rain chance on Friday. Into the weekend, rain chances go back up. It's a big holiday weekend. Watch out for those lightning and thunderstorms in the afternoon. And then next week, we'll be keeping an eye on the tropics. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, John. Go ahead and take a look now at First Alert traffic. We do have one big traffic note to tell you about right here. There's a tractor trailer, as you can see, on its side on I-75 near Lakewood Ranch. Now, apparently it's on the north, it's I-75 northbound at the University Parkway exit. The on-ramp in that area is now closed. We've got a crew on the scene, and we're going to be updating you on the air as soon as we get more updates here in the studio. Now let's head over to the maps. Take a look at those maps here real quick, and we'll go on a little bit more. Now, Manatee County not looking too bad at this hour. No real delays or anything to tell you about in Sarasota County. Just that big one right there on University to tell you about. And a little bit farther in the area, both 75 and 41, not running too bad at this hour. Traffic is running pretty smooth. 646, that is your First Alert traffic. Well, another round of Florida primaries are in the books. Joining us live this morning is Senator Greg Steube, who just won the District 17 congressional seat last night. Congratulations to you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you first ran back in 2010. You won your race for State House.
Yep.
Who's this guy, Greg Steube? Of course, you're the son of a former sheriff from Manatee County, Brad Steube. And then you won for State Senate. Oh, this guy's
2 years ago.
won 2 in a row. And then you threw your hat in for the congressional race to replace Tom Rooney, and you win the primary. To what do you attribute your success?
Well, it's 3 tough primary elections, and I've always stayed true to who I am and stayed true to our message. I'm a conservative Republican, and I've always done that, and I've shown that both in the bills that I've sponsored and what I've done at the state level, and I'll continue to do that if I'm elected in November.
Now, District 17 kind of starts at Clark Road and goes south and takes a funny curve toward... You happen to live north of Clark Road, though, I happen to know, so what are you going to do?
Yeah, so it's, I mean, you don't have to live in the district federally at the federal level, but this district is such a large geographic agricultural district. It goes from South Polk County all the way down to northern Lee County, all the rural counties in between, Hardy, DeSoto, Highlands, Glaze, Okeechobee. So my family's from this area. Not a better person to represent an agricultural district. I have a background in agriculture, which is an important part of this district.
We have the district to show you right now. It's an unusual swath that Tom Rooney held for the past few years. Oh, there's the results, rather. Okay, there's the results of the race itself.
Now, we were talking to David Shapiro earlier, and he said come November, you know, one of the big issues for him is going to be health care. What do you think are going to be the big ones on the ballot for, what are the things that you're going to be focusing on for November?
Well, you know, it's the same thing for me is my conservative agenda. As you turn and pivot, obviously the election was last night, so you're turning and trying to pivot to more general issues that affect all voters, not just Republican primary voters. Obviously, water quality and red tide and the issues related to that. I've gotten a ton of questions and information about that, so that's probably going to be a big issue that voters are going to have questions about.
Now, you're going to run against an April Freeman of Cape Coral, a TV and film producer. How much do you know about her?
I don't know anything about her. You know, we've been focused on the primary till last night. She has run for this congressional seat before. I think this is her 3rd time running for this congressional seat. It's a heavily Republican seat. This seat went for Trump by 27 points. So it's a very strong Republican district. So a Democrat would have a really, really hard challenge overcoming the type of numbers that this district has.
Now, this district just amazed me. You're going to be doing a lot of driving
I've been
around.
doing a lot of driving. I've got 180,000 miles on my truck. And,
Just 180 more, you'll be fine.
Yeah. No, it's you know, anywhere you go in this district, it's a 2-hour drive. So it's interesting, but I enjoyed it. I wouldn't want to represent a better district in the heartland of Florida.
All right. Well, thank you again. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Greg.
thank you
Thanks
for having
getting
me.
up so early this morning.
Good hustle.
So go rest out there this morning. Thank you.
All right, still ahead, we'll have our top 7 at 7 o'clock at 6:49 right now on your Wednesday morning.
And that includes one last look at John's forecast for the day. And is TV killing your sex life? I've got the answer. It's not going to be surprising, but it's straight ahead.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Like ABC7 on Facebook to stay connected to the team you trust.
And coming up on Good Morning America, a dramatic rescue all caught on body cam. A heroic police officer racing into a burning home saved a family of saying. We'll tell you, we've got an interview this morning on Good Morning America. 6:53, here is your top 7 at 7.
First off, John Scalzi's First Alert weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. Another day for the umbrellas and the weather app. As you head out the door, it'll be quiet, so you'll need the sunglasses. But on the way home, it'll be stormy, and you'll need that First Alert weather app to give you an idea of where those storms are located. Afternoon storms move from inland to coastal regions, and some of them could have gusty winds. It's 75 degrees out there right now, 100% relative humidity. And don't forget, we're always available on the First Alert weather app and social media. Back to you.
All right, big traffic issue today. Look at this, folks. If you're coming out of Lakewood Ranch and heading northbound on 75 at the diverging diamond, it is closed right now. The northbound on-ramp is closed at University due to that. What you're seeing, 100 gallons of diesel and hydraulic fluid have apparently spilled from that tractor trailer on its side. Again, if you just joined us, this is northbound 75 at the University on-ramp, particularly as you come from Lakewood Ranch, where the entire ramp is closed right now. And we'll check back on this at our next traffic update at 7:23.
Number 3, winners of last night's primary elections feeling pretty good this morning. Now we've got a full breakdown of all the results. We've got them online. You can check them out at mysuncoast.com.
Now to number 4. The governor of Puerto Rico has revised the death toll from Hurricane Maria up to nearly 3,000 victims now. That's 46 times higher than the government's initial count.
And number 5, the Pennsylvania Attorney General says the Vatican covered up hundreds of predator priests who were sexually abusing children in Pennsylvania. That after that big grand jury report found then 300 priests in that area.
Number 6, a recall alert for new parents. If you give your little one children's Advil, the suspension bubblegum flavor has a labeling mistake that poses overdose concerns. The recall only affects the 4-ounce bottles sold between May and June of this year.
And number 7, what's trending? The least surprising finding ever. TV can crush your sex life. A new study looked at 4 million couples all around the world. They found that the more TVs that you guys have in your house, the more your quality time goes down. And the reason we're showing Game of Thrones video right here is because that study found that on Game of Thrones night, Sunday night, is the #1 night that people chose that show over Sweet Sweet Lovin'. So, and they also said the real thing here is even more than TVs that kill your sex life are the smartphones. They said more people in this study are picking up their phones to read and do social media at night than want to spend some quality time with their mate.
Question, what channel is Sweet Sweet Living on?
Those are on the channels that have like 5 or 6 numbers in them.
Go there.
I don't know. I have no life. I watch Game of Thrones. That's enough.
Can we all take time now to make jokes inside of our own heads?
Yes,
Right?
I think we need to do that.
All the things we cannot say on television. We're saying
Showers,
right now.
let me change the subject. Showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. We'll have the latest on that coming up here on Good Morning America.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Suncoast. We'll update that northbound 75 University issue at 7:23.